FIFA President Gianni Infantino has delivered an emphatic message about unity, scale, and historic significance ahead of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Speaking from Zurich, the FIFA boss underlined why the 2026 tournament to be hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico will define global football. Infantino emphasized the tournament's staggering global reach, saying that the numbers are impressive and the emotional impact of the tournament even more significant. According to the FIFA president, ticket requests have surpassed 500 million, despite only 6 to 7 million tickets being available. Let's hear from Gianni Infantino.
Well, 100 days to go until the kickoff of the greatest FIFA World Cup ever. 3 host countries, 16 host cities, 48 participating teams, national teams, 104 matches in a little bit more than 1 month, in 39 days to be precise. This is history. We'll have 7 million people in the stadiums. We'll have many more millions coming. But most importantly, we will have the world coming together. And this is probably the most important fact in this particular period of time. We need events, we need occasions to unite the world, and this World Cup will truly unite the entire world around an emotion, around the passion, around football. But the global interest in this World Cup is absolutely unique. We've never experienced anything even remotely close to that. We had ticket demands for over 500 million tickets, whereby we only have 6 to 7 million tickets for sale. But to all the fans, don't worry, we still have and we still keep some tickets for the last sales phase, which will start in April, a kind of a last-minute sales phase.
Right, still talking about the World Cup. The CEO of the FIFA World Cup New York, New Jersey host committee, Alex Lasry, during a ceremony to mark the 100-day countdown until the start of the tournament, says that the preparation is going on as planned and that they are in the heat of it. The war in the Middle East, triggered by the U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran, has raised questions of security for the tournament, but the organizers are optimistic of having a hitch-free tournament. Wale, yes, we've heard from the horse's mouth, Infantino, saying football is meant to unite the world. And it is what it's meant to do, but with what's happening across the world right now, we're not even sure what to expect right there in Mexico, US, and Canada. And the organizers are saying that we are going to have a hitch-free tournament. What is your take on all of this happening?
It's difficult to really analyze. It's a lot. It's a mouthful because I think it was last week they asked me to rate Gianni Infantino, and I gave him good grades. And this was even before the war started, right? But I put an asterisk. I felt that in his time as FIFA president, the sport has lost its voice when it comes to matters that concerns. Because see, people can say that football and politics don't mix, but that's a blatant lie. In what we are seeing right now, football is not just an observer, but it's an active participant. I think I've used that word earlier in this on this show. Football is seeing everything. And the guy who is in charge of the game has chosen to side with the key instigator in all of this.
You gave him a peace award.
Yeah, they invented a peace award. Don't give him. They invented it. And look at, I was reading The Guardian UK today, and they put out something, which I posted some hours ago. The co-host of the World Cup, the United States of America, is currently bombing a participant in the upcoming World Cup. The co-host of the World Cup has murdered the head of state of a participating nation. If you put all of these things into real perspective, it is frightening. It is really, really frightening. I mean, Iran already has said, we're not even sure we're coming to this World Cup because we're not looking forward to it with hope.
Yeah.
So when FIFA has sold its soul, and you can see how Infantino every time identifies with Donald Trump, he has lost his voice. FIFA is supposed to be, I mean, look at the IOC. I mean, and I don't think the IOC have chosen sides, but the IOC have said, you know what, in all of this, we want the Olympic truce. We want everything to prevail. We want safe passage for
all the participants.
Exactly. But what has FIFA done? FIFA has turned the deaf, all the concern is about how 6 billion people are going to be interactive with the World Cup.
Yeah.
It's a shame. And I think that when all of this is done and dusted, Gianni Infantino has to be questioned by his board because it looks like he's an absolute leader right now. Nobody questions him.
Yeah.
At the point in time, questions need to be asked how football was not able to find his voice in all of this.
Definitely. Tony, I mean, like Wally rightly said, Iran, mathematically, if both Iran and USA finish second in their groups, they're likely to face each other at the World Cup. I don't think there would be any sort of peace or unity on that day.
Yeah, but they've met before in the World Cup,
Yeah, but
1998.
Oh, yeah, 98, yeah.
But they were not worrying.
And even at that time, their relationship wasn't exactly romantic or, you know.
In fact, all their games at the World Cup is in the US.
In the US.
So, yeah, but I agree with what Wally said in, you know, the atmosphere of the World Cup. You know what it is when it is 100 days to the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know the buzz, the most, look, for those of us who are involved in the game, Udoka, we know one thing. What happens before the World Cup sometimes is even the main thing.
Yeah.
The build-up to the World Cup is the main thing. By the time the World Cup itself begins, the 90 minutes game, there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of stuff, and, you know, it goes so quickly. But the build-up, the 100 days, the buzz, the activations, the, you know, celebrations, the cultural displays leading to the World Cup are so integral. They are so key to the eventual success that you see. So that's what they have to understand. And what are we saying in the build-up to the World Cup? Nobody is talking about the World Cup at the moment. Everybody is talking about how do we escape, how do we move away from Qatar, how do we de-escalate what's already on, how do we ensure that this doesn't go into, get to end of March or get to April. Meanwhile, even the country that is hosting the World Cup playoffs is also dealing with their own security issues. And there are, you know, discussions about how to improve security and ensure that those who will be storming that city to enjoy the World Cup playoffs don't get caught in the crossfire. So that's what we are seeing in the build-up. So until we probably hope, and I don't know whether it will go off so quickly, that things die down and there are no further escalation of this issue. Yeah. This is what we are. I mean, looking at Infantino today, the way he was speaking, it's looking like he's not in this world. He's looking like he's not perturbed, like he's not aware of what's going on. And he's not sharing the fears and the apprehension that millions of people across the world are feeling. The cancellations, the no flight, all of the issues. Looks like, where is this guy? Is this guy immune from all of these issues? So those are the real key. I
mean, imagine FIFA have not even been able to make a statement and say, for all the football players in the Middle East who are in the center of all of this, we are with you, we're open everywhere.
Or to even make a statement about
or
playing of football.
Or condemning the action.
You know, even the playing of the football.
I think guys... condemning it is a bit tricky. Why? Because you're in cahoots with the key...
Donald Trump.
And let me also point out that the key man here, Donald Trump, the US president, the winner of the Peace Prize, who is embarking on the FIFA Peace Prize, in his second time, he has had at least 8 overseas aggression already. I know that for every World Cup that comes around, there are always questions. South Africa, there were questions about security. Brazil, there were questions about security. Russia, as well. Racism. Qatar, human rights. But this one just tips the scales. 8, I can give you, there was ICE, the ICE immigrant issue. Yeah. There's the Greenland annexation. Now there's this one as well. You can go on and on and on, and you like, if we're not careful, I know that football has a way of winning. Once the World Cup starts, we forget all of this. But if we're not careful, the build-up to this tournament might overshadow what should be a global football fiesta.